Early Friday morning, a group of U.S. anti-war activists returned from a trip to Syria. The delegation that visited Syria included Sarah Flounders of the International Action Center, former U.S. Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney, former U.S. Attorney General Ramsey Clark, John Parker of Workers' World Party, John Aki of Arab Americans for Syria, and Dedan Kimathi of the All-African People's Revolutionary Party. Sarah Flounders said the trip was planned in response to the U.S. threat of war.
This was an effort both coming from the movement right here in the U.S. to stand up to another U.S. war, and also in this movement, Syrian Americans have played an important role visibly on the streets and working with the anti-war movement. So it was at the invitation of Syrian Americans who made so many of the arrangements for us to visit Syria.
Many on the delegation feel that Syria is being targeted not because of chemical weapons, but because it is an independent Arab state. Sarah Flounders was able to meet with victims of the insurgent forces that are committing atrocities all throughout the country.
We were at a school, which is a displaced persons center, where families are who've lost their home, who've lost everything. And for so many of these families, there have also been family members kidnapped, held for ransom by these mercenary bands who really in every way try to make life complicated and difficult and are in it only for their own gain. So kidnapping people for ransom, including young children, including babies, and including mothers.
Former U.S. Attorney General Ramsey Clark said that being in Syria reinforced his opposition to U.S. militarism.
It's a struggle that we've undertaken to dominate vast regions of the world in which we have strategic or other interests, and we've built this huge military machine, unprecedented in history, has the capacity to destroy life on Earth, literally. I watch it every place I go. I'm involved in trials with the Trident II nuclear submarine, things like that. We have to, the people of the United States have to address our militarism because it's the greatest threat to life on the planet, and its excesses are vast, and there's no country that could withstand our power if we really unleashed it. And that's not the land of the free or the home of the brave.
The delegation was also able to meet Syria's president, Bashar Assad. Though a deal has been reached and the government has agreed to turn over its chemical weapons, the threat of strike is still looming. The group that traveled to Syria made clear that they intend to do all they can to prevent any U.S. attack. Caleb Maupin, Press TV, New York.